Check, baby, check, baby, check. 1, 2. We'll be with you shortly. If you haven't noticed, I got a new market update, Bitcoin girl, for all of you gents out there, or ladies. Audio check, audio check. This is an audio check. DeFi dude in the house, all the way from Spain. Thank God it's Friday. Oh, yeah. Good morning, Chumbalones. Sorry, we're late today. Let me get started here in just a minute. Well, that chart looks small behind me. Sorry, everybody, forgot to prepare my tea. Need something to drink on the show. So we're running just a little bit late here this morning. It's been a fantastic November. It's likely will be we'll have one. We'll need to do one more premium broadcast. Watching Bitcoin decline a little bit here. Green screen doing its weird thing again today. Great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is in the world you're coming to us from. Welcome to DYOR Live here on the DYOR Media Network. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here in the digital media world. So glad to be hosting another episode of this great show going on 4 years now. Been doing this show 4 years. 4. That's right. Started with the old DYOR token long time ago, morphed into DYOR Live. Crazy. It's a lot of shows. It's over I have over 1,000 live broadcasts. I don't even know how many. YouTube took down a bunch of them a while ago. Can't have an accurate count from them. I tried to archive them all in a good way, but didn't. Oh well. Anyway, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Normally I would welcome my co-host, Mr. Pedro Garcia, but he is not with us today. He's with us in spirit, although he might be on in a little bit. He is busy today with stuff. Rightly so. It's a Black Friday. Everyone's out shopping, getting their deals done. Actually, most people are online shopping now. And let's get rid of that. Get the music of Moby over here. But I can listen to it in my ear, but I cannot play it for you guys. Unless I was broadcasting on Instagram. On Instagram, you can use Moby, but on YouTube, you can't. I don't get it. Google has all the money, just like Facebook has all the money. They should be able to do these cool things. Yes, and you get my free light shadows, too. Sunny, then cloudy, then sunny, then cloudy, then snow. Who we got in the house? We got DeFi Dude. Got Dara coming out to us out there all the way from España. Where's my comment machine here? Apparently we've got Dr. Fire Chicken in the house too. Chuck, I thought Pedro was going to be here today. And he still might be, so let's give him some time. I've pinged him. DeFi Dude, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Crypto Unicorns says, hey, Black Friday, Bitcoins for all. For those of you who don't know, Crypto Unicorns is my alt account. Then when you see fun, witty comments coming from that, it's me. I'm confused as to the chart that's behind. Oh, there we go. What's going on with Bitcoin? A lot to talk about. What's going on with Monero? Monero pumping. You listen to Pedro and I, we talk about Monero, and I've been talking about privacy coins a lot lately. Zcash not doing well as money gets taken out of it in profits, but Monero pumping. Got the chart of Bitcoin up here. It's obviously a slow, one of the biggest lack of liquidity days ever in the market. This Friday, just nobody's working. Markets are open, but nobody's working. That's London is closing right now. New York is open, and the market is tanking. Earlier today, we saw this beautiful pump, this little flag here, go up, start hitting 93,000. I'm like, all right, all is good. It's going to do the Friday thing that I've been talking about for a month. All you guys, I'm sure, are sick and tired of me talking about how this month works. But I wanted it to get by close of the week, by Sunday night, I wanted to get up to be about 100,000. It would validate completely my thought process on how this month was going to work out. And this week, I really needed this week to finish on a high note. Let's bring the chart up here. Why are the girls not twirling? So I wanted the chart. I drew the chart out every week. Divide the days up. Gives me a good way to kind of break the chart apart and gauge where the weekly candle is by just drawing in the days. And I drew in the days here. You can see I drew in the days with the words Tuesday, Wednesday, higher. Why? Because I thought it was going to go higher. And mind you, I drew this chart on Monday when I make my chart. And it kind of did what it said. Not as much as I wanted it to, though. But Bitcoin has been going up. Fire Chicken says, good day, all. Monero makes me happy. Monero, we'll talk about Monero in a little bit. But the old plan here for the week was exactly this. On Monday, I said, all right, because the month has to go a certain way, it's going to go up at the end of the month. It means at the end of this week, it's got to go up too. Drew the chart out, or drew the week out, put the words up there in the way I hoped it to go, and it's kind of done that. It's kind of done that. So my unless they have a massive sell-off here, which I'm not predicting today, like I could predict anything here, but I think it's going to bounce off this 200 and then come back up, as they say. But the week is going according to plan. Did I trade this week? No. Have I been trading much lately? No. I've been in learning mode. Learning. I do have a demo trade on it. It was in the money. It was profitable up until about half hour ago. It's right at 92,000. Hopefully this is a 15-minute chart. Let's look at it here. What are we looking at for the next little bit here? It's breaking through, trading through the 15-minute chart. We're still 4. If it busts down through the 15-minute chart, it's going to go down further, which we do not want. Let's look at the 1-hour chart here. 1-hour chart still looks okay. Where are my RSI and stochastics? Watch, I'm going to type it once, and it'll come up twice, I bet. Yep. I don't know why it does that. RSI, stochastics are up. 1-hour chart looks okay. Let's look at my favorite chart. The 1-minute chart. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. There we go. There's the problem. Houston, we've got a problem. 1-minute chart, everything's trending down. Below all the moving averages. Holding fast to that 8-period, 21-period moving average. Going down. Do we see any regular patterns here? That's a nice little M pattern, maybe. 1 minute looks tankish. 5-minute chart, same thing, below the 200-period moving average. Big sell candles. Let's remember Pedro volume. Volume is up. What kind of wicks do we have here? We've got inconclusive here on demand and supply wicks. On the 5-minute chart, back to the 15-minute chart. Some demand wicks. Yeah, it's got 2 minutes to go up and close above the 200-period moving average. Or not good things are going to happen. Anyway, welcome everybody to the show today. It's Black Friday. What deals have you gotten? Put your best buy in the chat here. Welcome everybody watching us on Rumble. Really appreciate it. Whatever you got, what you got your best deal? Did you buy a TV? Did you buy your kid that remote control car that was always too expensive? And you got a super Black Friday deal. This is called Clear Out China Day. Anything that's made in China is on super sale today. That 15 minutes, not looking good at all. Man, the whole month came down to this moment. The whole fucking month came down to essentially this moment right now. And it turned it around on me. Look at that. The candle's going to close here, and it's likely going to continue down. Pedro and I did say that before it made a strong turn up, that it likely would hit 85,000, or back in the 80s again. But that doesn't mean we wanted that to happen. This is like watching the end of an NCAA basketball game here, or the end of last night's Bengals-Ravens game. I shouldn't say the end of the game. Maybe I don't know what part of the game it was, but when we sat down at a bar, it had 2 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock or something like that. And I finished my first drink, and there were still 20 seconds left on the clock. And it was a cocktail, which I drink slowly. A beer, guzzling it down. It took like 25 minutes to play 2 minutes of football. Like, football is getting longer and longer and longer. And this new stupid-ass kickoff rule where they all stand down in one end. It's like, And then the guy kicks it and everyone stands there until the dude catches it. What moron thought of this? Chuck's at Harbor Freight buying a backup generator for the new house for overwinter till we get the generic system installed in spring. Chuck, you're not going to believe this. I was just at Harbor Freight yesterday. 2 days ago. 2 days. I haven't been to Harbor Freight since I sold my company, closed my company in the States. And that was in 2014. Harbor Freight has changed. It's changed. I looked at the generators there. The tri-fuel ones runs on gasoline, propane, and natural gas. You're just like, I want that. I want that. I want that. There's so many things in there. I was actually looking for a present for my son, but I bought more stuff for me. My son's graduated from school, looking for a job in aerospace engineering. In the meantime, he's a mechanic at a car dealership. So he's building his tools. I'm a Harbor Freight celebrity. So he's building his tool setup. So he's always looking for tools and stuff like that. And plenty of the Harbor Freight tools are fine. You know, people say, oh, it's not Snap-on, it's not Mac tools and stuff like that. But some of the Harbor Freight stuff now comes with really long warranties. So anyway, I was looking around and I found what my son was looking for or had on his Christmas list. And then I started, well, there's a deal here. Look at this deal. Look at this deal. I bought another socket set. I keep buying them and losing them. I just buy one of those all-in-one sets that's got English and metric. And it's got 1/4 inch, 3/4 of an inch drivers. And I keep losing them. It's like, how do you lose a big set like this? Well, one I gave to my son a long time ago. He's like, Dad, I really needed a socket set. Mine's sitting right there. I'm like, have mine. A while ago, I let the neighbor borrow it. And then I left for Canada for a while, came back, and the neighbor had moved out. Moved out. Took my socket set with me, or with him. I took another one to Canada with me. And come to think of it, I haven't seen that in a while. I think Mrs. Striking has squirreled that away somewhere where I can't find it. I love Harbor Freight. And I got to tell you, the employee, when I used to go to Harbor Freight, when I had my shop, the people that worked there were less than customer friendly. Now they're like, it's like going into an electronics store in Dubai. They have all these employees and they swarm on you and they're like, how can I help you? How can I help you? That's the generator person. That's this person. I was like, wow, this place has changed. And it was right next, it's Friday so I can pitch. It's right next to Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby was a store that I loved going to. I used to get all my soldering stuff there. When you screw around electronics, you're gonna need to solder. Soldering stuff. I used to buy all sorts of drone parts, stuff that for my son's science projects. We built remote control hovercrafts. Well, he built it. I procured the parts. All sorts of shit. They had model railroad stuff. They had, you name all the stuff you used to be able to find at Radio Shack before they blew it. Hobby Lobby had, and it was great. And Mrs. Striking said, you need to go to Hobby Lobby and find this gift for me and bring it back to Canada for my nephew. I said, it will do. Will do. Go into Hobby Lobby expecting the greatness of it. It's just a giant Michaels now. They got rid of anything that a man would buy, they got rid of. There's no electronics. There's no cool batteries, no soldering kits, no nothing. It's just like endless crap. Cheap crap. There was one aisle that had like Americana stuff in it and had a framed thing of the Constitution and Declaration of Independence. And I was like, that would look good. In here, I have these brick walls that would look good. I'm America. The copy was so bad, you couldn't even read the words. I was like, is this even English? I'm like, I pulled it up, copy on my phone, which was a archived version of the actual Constitution. Let's pick a picture of it. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, couldn't they have just, it's free from the government. Couldn't they have just used a high quality picture? It's so bad. I was like, I can't buy it. But Hobby Lobby, you let me down. And Harbor Freight, you picked it up, baby. That was a good side tangent to keep my mind off the Bitcoin that is selling off here this afternoon. I swear to God. If you've watched this show all year, I should say all month. All month, I've been talking essentially about today and what's going to happen today. And the plan was for it to go up today. And there's clearly a massive sell-off here. Crypto Mike in the house. Sup, y'all? Wonder if I've got the... I think I've got it. I do have the sound effects working today. Mike, I don't think we have Harbor Freight in Canada. It's a tool shop. In fact, I owned another automotive shop in Canada, my company there. And I don't remember where the guys procured tools. Mike hitting up the emotes. Look at that. I can't even remember where we go buy cheap tools. Or inexpensive tools. we do, Chuck. We do have it. And thanks for reminding me of that. Let's see who we got on the list here today. Blackout. I want to do this one for Blackout Coffee. The guy from Guns and Gadgets involved in that, and I want it, but it's not letting me. We're just going to have to go with the good old standby. The one that pays the most. The one that pays the most, and that is Perplexity. Are you looking for smarter ways to browse and enjoy your favorite content without ads? Then get the Perplexity Pro Bundle with Rumble Premium for just $19.99 a month when you sign up before December 31st. Normally, it's a $29.99 value. With Rumble Premium, you'll get an ad-free viewing experience across all your devices and access to exclusive premium content, no interruptions, just the videos and streams you love anytime, anywhere. Plus, Perplexity Pro boosts your productivity with alliteration and unlimited research, unlimited uploads, exclusive member perks, and access to the latest and most advanced AI models for faster, smarter answers every day. Save over 30% on this powerful bundle. Head to rumble.com/premium before December 31st to sign up and unlock your premium experience. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a QR code right over here on this side of the screen here. Put your eyeballs on our advertisers and take your phone and click that QR code. Let them know you're out there and interactive with our brand. It really helps us out when people do that. Even just visiting it doesn't mean you even need to sign up. Just visit them. For the love of God, please. Maybe you will be the ones that take them up on their offer. If you're watching on your cell phone, there's a link in the chat. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you very much. There is a link in the description. Thank you to Rumble and Perplexity for sponsoring this segment of DYOR Live. Boy, this Mobius video is annoying here. I'm trying to read the words here, and that's on the side, and I'm like, ugh. Snap-on or just dealers? I had a bad experience with Snap-on. Bad experience. The Snap-on guy was essentially being a bookie, and wasn't just financing guys as tool purchases, but financing anything that they wanted, including betting. And I'm sure there's a mafia connection or something like that. And I didn't want to fuck around with them, so I had most of what I did is I worked for the Secret Service, and one of the guys was there, Secret Service guys, and I said, I need your help, and I need you to have your badge on. He wasn't in a suit; he's an auto guy, car guy, and so we went up to the Snap-on, and I really didn't want to get involved in someone else's business, but when my employees would be in debt to the Snap-on guy, that didn't work out well. I said to the employees, I don't want you borrowing money from the Snap-on guys. If you guys need tools for your job, I'll finance it for you, and we'll work it out through your paycheck over time, with no interest. Don't get into debt, not this idiot. So anyway, I walked up to the Snap-on guy with the Secret Service agent and stood there, and I said, hey, I don't want you coming around here no more. So I can't have you guys getting in bed. And he was like not happy. And I said, hi, this is, we'll just call him Jim from the Secret Service. And he says, hi. And he said, I'm going to be here pretty much all month. And my friends from the Marshal Service, who are also my customers, and the ATF and the FBI, who are also my customers, are all going to be here this week. So if you really want attention brought to your little business here, feel free to keep coming back. Snap-on guy never came back. In fact, the regional Snap-on manager called me and said, hey, what's going on? I heard you threatened one of our guys. And I recounted I said, did he let you know I have the Secret Service here? He's like, I said, yeah, your guy's doing more than financing tools. Okay, thanks, bye. Never heard from them again. Let's see. Each company usually has a dealer go around. They used to come to one service place that I was a mechanic. Mainly Snap-on, Milwaukee. We also bought from big catalogs from... that got edited out. Let's see what that was supposed to say. We also bought... Oh, that's weird. It edited out the word tool. That's strange. Not a banned word. Have some fun with the emotes. All right, as I was complaining about earlier, I do a lot of complaining when Pedro's not around. Where is my... Literally waited all week for this moment. Because this was supposed to be going up. And now it's going down. And it's going down strongly. Broke through the 15-minute. It's probably getting close to the 1 hour. 200 period, moving average, all that shit. The dancing banana. I gotta adjust the code on that to make the icons bigger. Anyway, Bitcoin was at hit $93,000 earlier today. It's now dropped. What is the? Did it get to 89,000 here? No, did not. This is what we call a big bummer. Once again, I'm going to put the Rumble wallet. If you want to try out a new crypto wallet, try out the Rumble wallet up there. They're in the beta testing program for it, so it'll help Rumble out if you sign up for it. Actually, I'm not sure if that leads to download the wallet or just to the DYOR. Let's find out. I think this will work on my phone. Oh, I have the wallet, so it opens it. But anyway, when you activate the wallet in your system, down right below the name here on the screen, a little tip jar comes up, and you can tip us directly with crypto. I realize I can put any wallet address down there, and you could do that. But this is integrated into our whole account with Rumble, and obviously, the more things go through official Rumble channels, the more they boost your algorithm stuff. Finally, one green candle here. Finally. It'd be nice to have a little swing low there and then pop up. Today is just one of those days you just, if you're a day trader, is you sit out. I by no means am a full-time day trader, but it's definitely a sit-out day. Mike's going to do a shameless plug. All right, we're good at this. We need content. Check out artvibe.com. The NFTs there are epic. Plus, I might have a few collections on there. For those of you who don't know, Mike is always trying to get in the NFT world with some of his art and raise a little bit of money for it. I believe you donate a lot of that, the proceeds, or you want to donate it to various things that help veterans. I'm more than willing to give you a plug on that. Chuck, you got the iPhone or the Android? It's working for me on the Android. To be honest, I don't think there's a desktop version. And I have a running conversation with tech support. So if you text me the details, either behind the scenes, or telegram me, whatever, what's not working, I'll get it right to tech support. But needless to say, there's a thing there. Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't get that unless. I need to. Since I have the wallet installed on my phone, I don't want to uninstall it because it creates a passkey and blah 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 blah. Mike, I think you have an Android. I think if we mentioned, you may have mentioned that before. Do me a favor and click that QR code for the wallet and just tell me where does it lead you? iPhone due to, oh yeah, work stuff. I have an Android tablet if I can fire up if needed. And the Rumble people are not big Apple people. I do. Thank you to everybody that's watching. We got a good crowd here for a while there. Still do. There's 18 of you watching on the old Rumble. Nobody watching on YouTube. How about that? At one time, 4 years ago, I had 31,000 people. 31,000 people. Zero. Sure, Mike. Whatever works. At 31,000 people, and it was at the time when DYOR token and two other related tokens, who I'm not going to mention their name on this show, were all in the top 5 of either CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap's trending. And we were just live all the time. Man, that was an opportunity wasted for me. That's when I should have gone heavy into the show. I had a captive audience. It would have literally been $100 million empire by now. Okay, it's only on Google Play right now. It says coming soon for Apple. That makes sense. Before I switch over to some news and stuff, let's take a look at where is the pricing graphic? Monero, $405. $405. Let's get it XMRT. Let's look at the 4-hour chart here. Oh, I didn't realize that Monero earlier in the month had hit 460. Oh, right, it did when Zcash went nuts. Monero pumped. Anyway, this is a great chart. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys invest in Monero. That's 8-hour chart. Let's go to the daily chart. Let's just... This first spike is in 21. And that was a high of over 500, and it got down to a low of under 100. Now we're pushing 400 again. It hit 470 earlier in the month when Zcash went nuts. That's everything you want to see in a chart. The initial, I'll speak from the fundamental side first. The daily chart has all the things I like to see in it. First of all, it's going up. But it's had its big sell-off. Like for a lot of these projects, Monero does not. But a lot of projects or coins or whatever have venture capitalists, have investors, all this type of stuff. And they sell and drag the price of the coin way down. And most of the time, it never recovers after its initial launch. Like Polygon. And here, the initial launch got great news, sold off dramatically right at the beginning, within the first 2 months. Now, this is not when Monero started. This is when this chart started here on KuCoin. I don't know when Monero actually started. And then has come down, a long period of consolidation, like a year and a half. And then it started moving on good news. And frankly, what Pedro and I talk about all the time is the lack of transparency in these companies that are hoovering up all your on-chain data. And Monero is launching, I think, if I'm Chuck, maybe you can help me with this. It is, there's a new fork of it coming out, or an update to the node software or something that closes like a gap in privacy that they were able to use to track some things or something like that. I don't know. I guess I could Google it, but I don't know why I say I could Google it. I don't Google anything anymore. It's just grok. I've been in Monero a long, long time. You held through the doldrums. I hope you DCA'd. But this chart is just like I said, here at the beginning of it. And that's just this chart, not the actual beginning of Monero. Big consolidation here in the middle. Big. And then it's rise. In volume, if Pedro was here, he'd be saying, yeah, the volume's going up, which is good. It's good. More liquid market. More people are in it. More money's flowing into it. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how Monero works. Proof of work, proof of stake. Not no. I should know that. Sit here and talk about this stuff ad nauseum. Welcome everyone that's watching here. Coming up on the top of the hour. Really appreciate it. I was just talking about Monero here. But if Pedro is here, he's looking at the daily chart here, and he's looking at the technical analysis of it. And he's like, yep, this thing's following the 21-day moving average nicely. It broke down through it here last week during the dumpity dump off, but immediately came right back. It's as if that dump off and pump never happened. It's above all the moving averages. All good signs. Volume is up. The stochastics and the RSI are all in good positions. It's not overbought nor oversold or anything. There is a little hidden bullish divergence here. No, that's not hidden bullish divergence. That's just bullish. All good things on that end. And if you heard me talking about, is it in the premium or discount mode, from this short little area here, it's clearly, obviously, the price would be in the premium right now, and you'd want to see it come back down. Well, this says it needs to come back down to under 300 to buy it. I'm not sure that's going to do that. Everything else says that it's looking good. I'll have to think about that one. In fact, I'm just going to leave this chart like that and say this is where price was right here. Chuck, did you get your generator? All right, so we finished up with Monero. Let's do the top of the hour show a reset, as I like to say. Read the commercial earlier. There's none available for me. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to DYOR Live here on the DYOR Media Network. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here in the digital media world. It is 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I am in Central Time, and I almost got that time wrong. You're watching DYOR Live. It is a daily 2-hour show about crypto, digital assets, policy, regulation, news, and whatever boring-ass side stories Pedro and I have. Pedro is off today for the Turkey Day, Friday holiday. Loyal viewer Chuck is stocking up for the winter. Did you get one of the multiple fuel ones? He's buying a generator, just good man stuff to buy. Anyway, that was a quick sidetrack. Anyway, our show is live. We like audience participation. I see there are a bunch of new people watching us here today. Do us all a favor and participate. If you're watching, a lot of you, I can tell, watch on big screen TVs on Rumble, but are not members of Rumble. It's like YouTube. You have an account with Google. You have a YouTube account. You can comment. With Rumble, also the same thing. You can comment if you have an account, but they also have a pay version, the premium version, which is a link to down here too. So choose. But just having an account makes a big difference to us. In fact, I'm going to put the Of course, that's not working. Stream Deck, get your shit together. Over there, that's the Join Rumble QR code. If you're watching on your big screen TV, just pop that QR code, not the wallet one next to it, but the Join Rumble one, and make an account. You can use Google, Meta, or Apple as a sign-in. You don't even need a new whatever. And if you do that, don't click Create a New Account, click Sign In, and it'll take you to where you can log in with Google. Like the instructions say, click Sign In to use Google, Meta, or Apple. And then you can comment here and like us and repost us and do all kinds of fun things that the algorithm loves, like comment and chat and ask questions of Pedro and I. Oh, you got the big one with the tri-fuel. I have a couple larger portable propane tanks. You gotta send me a picture. I stood in front of that for probably 10 minutes at Harbor Freight just 2 days ago. I was like, and I have in Ottawa, Mrs. and I have a condo in Chicago here. It's just a loft apartment. Doesn't matter. I still want one. Power goes out, just fucking open the window. Oh, good. It brought you to download the wallet. Dude, I just got it on my TV. Thank you for trying that out, Mike. I really appreciate that. At least I know that it works now. Now do me a favor. Download it and install it and let me know. You'll have to refresh the page, but down near the DYOR Media name, there should be a tip jar that shows up. You don't have to send me any money. I just want to make sure this whole thing works because I have to tell the system to do one or the other. I can't have both. Oh, you did. Should be on your. I don't know where it would appear on your phone. I guess I can look at that on my phone. Where would it appear on your Android phone? It's right next to the notification bill. Yeah, it's just right down on your phone. It's just right down here below me. You know what? I have not been paying attention, and I just saw this on one of the other Rumble channels. What the hell is going on with this National Guard thing in Washington, D.C.? I totally missed the boat on that. I've completely missed the boat. Let's just go right to the one we know it's going to cover it. Trump fires back at reporter questioning blame on Biden for Afghan refugee vetting. So you stupid. American killed in peaceful Korean village seeking to buy drugs. Don't do stupid things. One of them was a... Maduro brandishes sword as Trump warns to take drug fight to Venezuelan soil. I don't know what's going on in Venezuela, but I do know one thing. Have you ever seen any of the 80s movies with Chevy Chase in them about... third world country selling arms and what was it? Deal of the century. This Maduro reminds me of the dictators portrayed in Chase's movie Deal of the Century. America's most used password is in 2025. Is admin password 1 2. Come on, people still don't use those. Password 1, password 2, password 1 exclamation mark. Pelosi blocked Trump's plan to lower drug prices. No kidding. Here's a big news story. IRS releases guidance for Trump's no tax on tips and overtime deductions. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I can't find any. Really? There's corruption in Ukraine? I can't believe it. Officers line street for transfer. Sorry for the sidetracking here, but I really didn't follow that news cycle well. Did they catch the guy who did it? Or did they shoot him? Or permanently pause migration from all third world countries? Good. We need a break on it. Let's take a break. Let's catch up to where we need to be with everyone else that's here. Mike, the government tricked us in Canada. Totally tricked us. They said we're pausing immigration. And for those of you who don't know, Canada has basically unlimited legal immigration, not illegal immigration. And they're literally bringing in everyone from every third world country as fast as they can. And I don't know why. It's changing the culture of Canada. It's put the U.S. on notice for security issues, and we have to tighten the border because of it. And bad things are happening because Canada has national health care. And all these people come in, millions of them, but they don't create millions of new doctors. Chuck, imagine all of a sudden you're the doc and they drop in a million new people in your neighborhood, but no new doctors. And you're like, how's this going to work, guys? It doesn't work. It doesn't work, and the healthcare system in Canada is breaking. Canada's healthcare system, like most national healthcare systems, operates at 100%. It operates at whatever the government funds it to, 100%. There's very little room for growth or emergency. The U.S. healthcare system operates way below its capacity. The U.S. healthcare system can surge massive amounts because we have reserves and capability, because that's what private businesses do. Governments have reserves and capability for emergencies, sure, but it has to be like an actual emergency, like COVID. Damn it, I said that word. YouTube's gonna shut the stream off probably. But in the normal day-to-day provincial healthcare system in Canada does not have any reserves for just if there's just more MRIs needed. Not like, meteor strikes and they get a tragedy. I'm just talking about if supply doesn't meet demand, demand's too high and supply's too low, there's no real room to squeeze other extra people in. The only way to do it is that people have to work longer hours, but they're not allowed to work longer hours because that would require the budget to be raised, and they can't raise the budget. So they're stuck. So they said the Liberal parties, we brought in too many people. Sorry, everybody. But Canada has this giant immigration apparatus. And in India, the embassy in India and the consulates, they process thousands a day. Thousands a day for people to move from India to Canada. It's unbelievable. And then all these people are sitting around with nothing to do when they say we're not bringing in people in. So they have this huge apparatus that just needs to, government agents need to do their job, which is immigrate people in. So now instead of getting rid of those people, they say, well, they have to do their jobs, they're going to bring more people in. Another 500,000 every year and growing. Oh, that's not a good sound. Not a good sound at all. But there's no corresponding increase in healthcare. Hold on, I'll talk more about that in a second, just when we look at Bitcoin here real quick. Let's do a different one. Let's do post-bloom. All right, Bitcoin, down in the 90,000. It's got as low as 90,200. Not good. Anyway, I'm complaining about Canada. Because Mrs. Striking has been using the healthcare services of Canada a lot lately for lots of not so good reasons. But thankfully, she was one of the very lucky ones who was actually able to get a specialist in a short amount of time. No, it's not cancer or anything like that. And she was able to change also. I can't explain it right because I'm not in the healthcare system in Canada. She changed a doctor and got a new specialist. And by the sheer will of God, she was able to do that. Some people wait years. Years, some people wait. And it's because of the immigration problem. Well, it's also because it's government-funded healthcare. People have no idea. They say in Canada, they're like, who would want the U.S. style of healthcare? I admit, if you're someone without insurance, it's a problem. Or if you have insurance, it's tied to a job. Or your doctor network is tied to your job or something like that. It's difficult. It's hard for businesses. You know, I remember having to pay the medical bills, and my Canadian counterparts didn't have that line item. Big line item on your profit and loss statement. And I'm like, man. Anyway, I mean, obviously healthcare costs the same, whether you're wherever you are in the world, that same level of healthcare costs exactly the same to provide it. Just how you pay for it's different. And the way Canada pays for it adds a level of bureaucracy in it that's unneeded. The way the US pays for it allows for big companies to rip you off and rape you and do bad things too, but there's lots of good companies out there that provide healthcare services and health insurance and that type of stuff. Balances them out, the market decides, and you just can't get better healthcare than in the United States. I've lived all over the world. You can get great healthcare in other countries cheaply too. You can get great healthcare in Turkey, Singapore, Thailand. It's much less expensive. But if you want all the cutting edge stuff, if you've got some kind of strange cancer or strange blood cancer disease or something, it's here. Crypto Mike says, check Telegram. DeFi dude has a Rumble. Oh, I see. I got you. It only has 3 tokens to tip in. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Tether, Gold, and Bitcoin. I think during the beta, they're limiting it to that. I think when I was in the quartermaster, we spent all the way to the last cent. Like at the end of the year, they'd be ordering tons of stuff just to keep the same budget. Yeah. When I was selling stuff to the government, I sold a lot of stuff to Global Affairs and to DND. And they would they had their budget, and they'd say, what kind of parts? What parts do you have in stock? And mostly they were Toyota parts or custom armored vehicle parts that I had specially designed for their vehicles. And I'd say, what's the budget? And they'd be like, we got 50,000 left. Approved. They can spend it however they want. And, I had a contract with the government, standing offer, so they could buy it. And they would just load it up. Spend every last cent. It just had to be delivered in their hands by March 31st. And my warehouse was part, Global Affairs ships to all of the embassies all over from the Global Affairs building, but they have a warehouse where they store a bunch of stuff. And my warehouse was attached to that. And so there was just a slide-up door, and I just rolled the parts over there on the last day of the month. I had such a good setup there. That stupid disease wrecked that whole thing. But as a result, now I'm here with you guys. Praying that this turns around and goes up right there. Turns around and goes up. All right, what else do we got going on here? I had a bunch of stuff set aside to talk about. Hit Monero up. Oh yeah, you know what? I did want to see Zcash. Also got up there, join our network. If you're interested, if you think you're going to be good behind the mic and want to talk about crypto, politics, or really anything that's sort of related to Pedro and I, what we want to talk about, you want to have your own show but don't want to go through the mess of producing it and all the back-end work, let me know. Use that QR code, go to our partnership page on our website, and join up. I've got a nice spot open. The crypto swamp creatures are on hiatus for the winter. Need someone to fill their monthly time slot. Would be great. When I get some Tether, I'll see if it works. Just call up Tether, call up Paulo, Arduino, Durnio. I can't pronounce his last name. Say, yo, Paulo. I realize you got $200 billion in cash sitting around. But old T here, Tommy Boy on the network, needs some of that. So why don't you send some to me so I can test out his wallet? I'm sure it'll work fine. I'm sure it'll take your call. Zcash down to 460 here. Oh, you can't see it because I don't have it up. Anyway, if you're interested in joining our network, click that link over there. Why does my thing not work? Let's. It's not working. Stream Deck, El No Worko. Oh, another carjacking victim. The road outside here is one of the main roads in this part of Chicago. And it sits right on the edge. That side of the street's one police district. This street is another police district. So lots of cops use this street as a transit way back and forth. I mean, there's times when one cop is going this way with his lights and sirens on, and another one's going this way, and they pass each other. Oh, the entertainment today, folks. Well, the holiday season's officially kicked off now with all the Black Friday sales and all of the reasons. One of my favorite places to go, Best Buy. No thanks. Doorbusters. What do they got on their main page? Save $600 on Windows devices. I do need a new computer. We'd like a technology sponsor to step up. Both Pedro and I. Chromebooks, $120. Ah, Best Buy, you can even get a snowblower. Cordless, brushless. Oh, it's electric. And one of my neighbors had an electric. I had an electric plug-in once when I had a house here in Chicago. And it worked great until I cut the cord in half. But one of my neighbors had one of those battery ones. Worked great for about 5 minutes. The light dusting of snow, 1 or 2 inches, worked great. But Chicago has we have alleys in the back. And all our trash and everything is in alleys. It's great. So you never, there's no trash. Like New York, it always has their trash piled up outside. Looks awful. Chicago doesn't have that. And our cars are parked in garages in the alleys. But the city doesn't plow them like they plow the streets. And when they do plow it, like if the snowstorm is so bad, they'll put snow plows on the trash trucks just so the trash trucks can get to the trash. And they'll just load up in front of your garage. And this guy had an electric snowblower, and it was that heavy, wet stuff, and it gave him about 5 minutes of life, and then that was it. It had like 4 Milwaukee batteries in it, and that's like, that's not going to work. And the reason I remember this so well is because I was the neighbor who had to help him shovel his garage out too. Outlet deals. You can get the Lego of Best Buy. You can get the Lego Mercedes-Benz G500. You can get anything on Best Buy now because they started an Amazon-like store where other sellers sell through the Best Buy website. I bought in Ottawa, I have a stand-up desk. The desk goes up and down. I went into Staples and they're like $800, $1,000. I'm like, oh, this is too expensive. Go online at Best Buy and they're $250. It works great. It literally came directly from China. The box still had all the Chinese markings on it. And it's the most amazing thing that I can say. I'm at my old desk in Ottawa, and I need a stand-up adjustable desk. I go on a site and I click it, and then some guy in China gets up and moves, gets a forklift or a material handling thing, sends it off. It goes to the airport, gets on a FedEx plane, goes to Memphis, and then turns around, gets on an airplane, goes to Ottawa, gets on a truck, and shows up. I think it was 4 days later. I think I got it in 4 days. It's the most amazing thing. .3D printers. Striking Jr. would like a 3D printer. Probably just make lock cracking stuff. Bamboo Labs AMS Combo 3D printer. These things are so cool. All right, I'm getting distracted here. Getting distracted. It's my other favorite website. Microcenter.com. That's right, Microcenter. Oh, there's a nice laptop for sale. Ugh. That's the problem with that Black Friday is it's the time when you should buy all the stuff that you want because you can save so much money. But it's the time also when you don't have a lot of money because you're preparing for Christmas. You're like, for me as a parent, I'm buying stuff for family members. Yet all this stuff, I mean, I've seen $5,000 worth of stuff that I would love to buy. Elno Worko. The twirling girl stopped. Why did the twirling girl stop? Oop, wrong one. Why are they in the wrong position? Look at that, they're different in this position. A glitch in the matrix. Oh, let's see, I've been on the air for an hour and 20 minutes. Let me hit the other news articles that I had set aside for today. Oh yeah, this one. Trump's White House. The report came out. World's most corrupt crypto startup operation, the House Democrats say. They commissioned a report. They found out that Mr. Trump has made $800 million from sales of cryptocurrencies. They clarify that by saying President Trump or his family and Eric and Don have been doing quite well in the crypto world. Either from selling their name to be associated with a project like World Liberty Financial, or directly with what's their company, USA Bitcoin, of which they invested $300 million into Polymarket right before the New York Stock Exchange invested $1 billion, instantly making their $300 million worth, I think, $3 billion. It's amazing. Partisan report from the House Judiciary Committee. Democrats accuse President Trump of using the White House to enrich himself via crypto. He has removed consumer protection, solicited foreign investment, performed favors for the crypto industry while making $800 million from the sales of those crypto tokens. See, this is what the Democrats do, is they take something that's good and turn it into a steaming pile of shit, and then claim victory. Literally, this part here, it says he's allegedly removed consumer protections. If we recall, the Democrats, and in Canada, the Liberals for a long time, were stamping down crypto. He's bad, evil, bad. And Mr. Trump came in, made it legal, got official status for all the crypto companies in the US to play within a certain set of rules, actually real rules. Real rules for stable coins, real rules for even companies like Ripple. Make a playing field. Told the SEC, look, you're not an enforcement agency, you're an advisory agency. So advise people and companies how to comply with the law and how to do everything. Your job isn't to go around suing people. Only in cases of when you go to advise them and they don't listen to you, and consumers are being harmed, then you sue them. That's how it's supposed to work. That's not how it was working under the Democrats. And performed favors. The crypto industry, everyone in the crypto industry said, we need these rules. Without them, the government can change its mind like it's been doing. And we can't have that. In financial markets, you need stability. You need a level playing field for everybody. You need to know where it's safe to operate so people can take risk. If people have to factor in government policy as risk, that's always an unknown. And it limits liquidity. And so the Democrats claim that that's bad. That's bad. Bad that all these rules got passed. I mean, personally, do I mind that Mr. Trump is getting stinking rich on crypto? Yes, I do. I don't think the president... I'm of the West Wing era in presidents, where the president is actually very altruistic, operates solely for the benefit of the American people and the country, and not anything having to do with his personal life. Obviously, Mr. Trump's personal life is already larger than life, the average president, so it's different, I get it. But it is what it is, but at least he fixed our industry. Like most things that he addresses, he fixes. Tells a crazy story along the way to get there. Takes credit, extra credit, and all this type of stuff. I get it. I get all that stuff. But at least now we have working rules. We have the working rules. This was the story I was talking about, Monero and Zcash. They were trading similarly for quite some time, and they diverged as Zcash profit taking came upon, and I thought, frankly, what I think is people sold Zcash just because there's tokens unlocking in that. And I think people sold Zcash and bought Monero. This was a good article here. Let me, it's not framing correctly on the page here. Let me turn this stuff off. Just don't ever think that only small projects screw up launches. DYOR token. Mega ETH had a $500 million pre-sale. They don't call them pre-sale now, they call them pre-deposits. Totally fucked up its launch. Is returning all of the money. And we know when you return the money, you don't get it back. You don't get it back. It says right here, the problems were in the contract, yada, yada, yada. They had to get 4 of their 6 multi-sigs together to update the contract and all this type of stuff. And they said the best thing to do is just, let's just shred this turkey and start over from scratch. They're not going to get 500 million. Anyway, it's essentially a new type of bridge. $500 million in pre-deposits. I mean, can you believe that? $500 million. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, 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 crazy. Return all user funds. It's pre-deposit bridge due to a chaotic and disorganized fundraising attempt. They did pretty good, 500 million. The team cited technical failures and operational missteps, including an incorrect sale ID, KYC rate limits. Mega ETH plans to reopen its USDM stablecoin and USDC to USDM conversion bridge with improved controls before Frontier main. I don't know why we need another stablecoin, USD Mega. Execution was sloppy and expectations weren't aligned with our goal of preloading collateral to guarantee 1-to-1 conversion at the mainnet. Crypto Mike says, I could use 500 milli. You know, I could too. Mike. But you know what? I'm going to tell you how I can get $300,000. And you can too. One of these Instagram ads got me. It's called the One-Shot Miner. And it's a Bitcoin miner. Comes out this big. And it plugs into your USB port, runs on 1 watt of energy. As you can imagine, there's very few cycles, you know. Its hash rate is low. It's under 1 million or something like that. Something maybe in the thousands. But you plug it in and it literally just says this is your lottery ticket. Because the odds are, you know, they're like it's like same as winning the lottery, 1 in 300 million to be a solo miner of a block. It did happen. It happened this year once. Guy got 3.25 Bitcoin. And so I bought him as Christmas gifts. God, I hope my son's not watching. And they should be arriving any day here now. And I'm just going to plug it in. Let it run. I'm going to have one for here, one for Ottawa. And officially be a Bitcoin miner again. I tried a long time ago. But it was right when it was switching off the laptop, you know, doing it at home. I'm sorry, that was Litecoin. I tried, not Bitcoin. I've never tried Bitcoin mining. Anyway, 500 million blew the launch. And we complained to DYOR when we blew a $80,000 LP launch. Dude, I saw those and I wanted, well, I'll let you know how it is. The sale, it was a pretty good Black Friday sale. Where's the other article here? No, that's not it. I had this one because I talk about privacy a lot here. I've used various privacy apps for a long time. As soon as they became viable, I started using them for work, made all my employees use them, mostly Signal. And then, for that matter, WhatsApp, once they started using Signal's architecture. And never use SMS, because all those messages get warehoused by the cell phone company. Even though they say they delete them, they live on in backups. And you saw, I forget which provider of Germany, I guess. They got hacked, and like everybody's text messages got released, including people that were sending things to women they shouldn't be sending, or to men they shouldn't be sending. Dick pics. And it was quite embarrassing for a lot of people. And I told my kids, I want you guys to use security apps, privacy apps as much as possible. And they did until Signal removed SMS support. Dumbest move ever. Anyway, Vitalik donates $765,000 in Ethereum to two different apps, Session and SimpleX. I've never heard of either one of them. Encrypted messaging is critical for preserving our digital privacy. His donation comes as privacy has become a hot topic in the crypto sector. The Ethereum Foundation launching a privacy team in October. That's interesting. That means that they will probably try to put some privacy updates into Ethereum. Not much you can do, though, for Ethereum. I mean, there's so many level 2 chains that rely on Ethereum just as it is. Encrypted messaging like Signal app is critical for preserving digital privacy. Two important next steps for the space are permissionless account creation and metadata privacy, which Signal is working on as well. Like the idea is that with Signal, nobody knows the contents of your message, but they're still able to tell who you're talking to, and through various methods. Just by using Signal, nefarious people can figure out your whole life pattern. You know, who you talk to, this type of stuff, when you sleep. So that if they can determine when you sleep, they can pretty much figure out where in the world you are and what time zone you're in, narrow it down. All this type of stuff. And so they need to there's a lot of things they need to fix in privacy apps. So I'm glad that Vitalik is doing that. I tell you, Pedro and I have been talking about it for a long time. All of this stuff needs to happen. Privacy on the blockchain, privacy in communications. Oh, and speaking of, the Wizards in Wisconsin and Michigan. Sorry, there's a really loud train outside. Have thought it to be a good plan to ban VPNs. Oh, this isn't the news article. This is the video for it. U.S. states want to ban VPNs. Citizens fighting back. Under the guise of protecting the kids. They want to. Michigan and Wisconsin have introduced bills to ban VPNs, and specifically to tell any ISP that operates in their state that they have to block the usage of VPNs at the protocol level. Because they can't tell their citizens not to use it, but they can tell businesses not to permit it. Successfully, this just passed also in the United Kingdom. They had the old age verification thing. They're obsessed in England for some reason, or the UK, obsessed with the concept that every child needs to be basically in a walled-in garden in a little part of the internet that they're only allowed to see. It's a tough thing as a parent, giving your kid access to the World Wide Web. I mean, it goes right to porn. As soon as you misspell something, God, I said that word too. You can't say that word on YouTube. It's all right, YouTubers. That's why I don't like YouTube, and I really appreciate Rumble. But anyway, the whole age verification thing it's a disaster. It's just Every step of it is government surveillance. More of it, more of it, more of it, more of it. And there's companies out there that push it to sell their products. Like one of the geolocating companies was donated money to one of the politicians supporting this in Britain because VPNs don't allow geolocation to work right. Thus, websites that pay for the information to know where you are, and advertisers, they want to show you the right ads. And so they're like, well, we need to get rid of VPNs so people can't do that. And the lawmakers are so stupid. They're like, yeah, that's a good plan. If people use VPNs, then they can get around age checks and that type of stuff. And so let's ban VPNs. And like, people use cars and carjacking. In armed robberies and bank robberies, you don't ban the cars. Like, what? What is this lunacy? Crypto Mike coming to from this living room from the big screen TV. Thanks for watching us. Number one. Well, it doesn't bring up that new Crown number one logo. Anyway, the VPNs are in use by like every remote worker that has to access the corporate network. They have a VPN connection or an SSL tunnel, all encrypted connections. Messaging apps would not be allowed to be encrypted because they have to be able to check messages for child corn. I'm just going to say corn. It's ridiculous. The EU is pushing this concept that everything uploaded to the internet has to be checked so it's deemed safe for children or not terrorist or not money laundering stuff. Every message you send, their proposal would have made you have to get every message you send approved, checked by an AI algorithm to make sure it didn't include corn in it or have terrorist ideas and stuff like that. And it almost passed. It went right down to the wire, and they're like, okay, well, Germany withdrew its support at the last minute because the Germans were going absolutely crazy. And the EU government is not usually responsive to people at all. They just pass stupid laws. But it's terrible. It's absolutely horrible. And in the States, they're like, oh, well, that's a good idea. Let's save the kids by banning all the tools that people use to stay safe out there. Like, well, how does that work? Literally, the swipe your credit card point of sale machines, all encrypted communications, tunnels, VPNs. I mean, it's mind-boggling. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. The missus is replacing, is changing her location from Toronto to Ottawa, and is bored on the drive and said, if you're done with the show, give me a call. I said, if you're bored with the drive, why don't you watch me on the show? No. Yes, Mike, you're correct. That's a dumb idea. Things like that Canadian law, the Online Harms Act in Canada. There's two bills, and the Online Harms Act is coming back. Carney's starting to push it again. Why? Who's behind it? I'll never know. There's no way that this Prime Minister of Canada is like, oh, this is a really good idea. Some big supporter is pushing it. It's essentially a law that combines. It's going to police, do what they do in the UK. It's like, you offended someone. If you say you don't like white guys with beards. And you say, I don't like white guys with beards. Literally, they can come and arrest you. Or say, white guys with beards are the equivalent of pond scum, or the lowest, the whale shit, the bottom of the ocean. Turns out, I've been using that forever. Whale shit, turns out it floats. They can arrest you. They can also pre-arrest you if your pattern matches one that's going to lead to something. So say, they can see you getting angry on the internet. And a lot of times you see that happen. You see people get angry, and then all of a sudden you see them explode, bad things happen, and then they go off and do bad things in the real world, the physical world. The Canada bill would allow them to come arrest you before you went and did the bad thing in the real world. How about that? Remember the movie Minority Report? That's what it is. That's what it is. There's a couple of you watching on YouTube. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember, this is called DYOR Live. We are a live show here. It requires interaction with our audience. When my co-host Pedro Garcia is not here, I have to talk the whole time. And I'd rather talk with you guys than to you guys. So for all you new people watching, I can see that there's we've actually had a very good turnout today at the show. I see there are a bunch of you out there. Make sure you sign up, comment, all that type of stuff. Let's see, where are we here? Oh yeah, this is a good one. For those of you that do this, stop doing it. Don't download extensions for your browsers that you don't absolutely need. Because eventually the browsers get hacked. And this one, from this browser, Crypto Copilot, whatever happened in their supply chain of designing their extension, someone inserted code that so every time you went to Iridium and swapped, it took a few pennies of your money off the top and more in hidden fees. And had been doing that for months, and they made lots of money. Let's see, what movies was that? In the movie Office Space, where they rounded, the rounding transaction or whatever, and they made $300,000. Also, I think it was wasn't that Richard Pryor in Superman? He did something like that. Anyway, these guys are making fat bank, and finally they got figured out. Every transaction, just So what if people didn't notice? Oh, that was 40 cents more for that transaction. You don't even notice, right? Well, times a million, suddenly you got some cash. Got the cash monies. Thought that was an interesting one. This article I actually wanted to talk to Pedro about. NASDAQ. These Bitcoin ETF options, they are quadrupling the amount available, which means that there's a demand for them, and they're asking the government for approval from it because it's still in a testing phase. So when they're in a testing phase, they do it in concert with the regulators. Bitcoin derivatives in line makes a shift that bring Bitcoin derivatives in line with major equities. In its essence, what they're asking for is Bitcoin to be treated like every other thing there, like the S&P 500, like NASDAQ, has all these derivatives, this amount, tons of it, the massive amounts of money and liquidity in them. And as always, the more liquidity in Bitcoin, the better. The more leverage, not so good. Bad things can happen, but good things happen with leverage like that. Brings more liquidity in the market. Also, Michael Saylor's picture is over there. Michael Saylor, I saw an interview with him on CoinDesk or Cointelegraph or whichever one it was. He pays $2 million a day in dividends to his shareholders. $2 million a day. And he referred to it as only $2 million a day, like no big deal. It's $700 million a year in dividends. The person with the price of the stock has gone down dramatically. It's gone down 70%. And he's like, so what? Good time to buy. He said, remember, I'm an officer of a public company. My job's to protect the shareholders, and we pay the shareholders. We pay them a dividend, unlike most companies nowadays. He said, we pay $2 million a day. And he said, if for some reason the worst happened and Bitcoin went down below their range and they had to sell Bitcoin, he said, we would only need to sell $2 million a day. He said, as you guys know from watching the great pricing graphic over here, Bitcoin trades between 100 billion, between 50 and 100 billion on a typical softer, busy day. Here, 62 billion in the past 24 hours in Bitcoin. And he would just have to sell 2 million a day to stay afloat. He said, however, if Bitcoin price stays above, I don't know what price he used, but if it, when it goes up, he said, we'll have unlimited money to pay our dividends. He said we won't have to worry about it for 70 years. Never mind if it, that's only if it goes to like 130,000 or 140. If it goes to 200 or a million, he's essentially got, Do they bring in that type of income? No, I don't think so. To be honest, I've never figured strategy out. I mean, he was the company was a management consulting company that helped businesses. Essentially, when they started, they helped in the late 80s, I guess. They essentially helped businesses transfer from being old school, office filing system to modern day, digital companies, even for back in the 90s. And then, then they did the same thing to bring 90s companies into the 2000s and just kept helping companies upgrade. And they were a big company. I mean, they made quite a lot of money. And Saylor's, I don't know if maybe many of you guys don't know this, but Michael Saylor had a minus 99% in his stock price when he first started out his company because he wasn't paying attention to the accounting. And the accountants were like, no, everything's good. Everything no good-o. And they revealed that these accountants were doing something wrong. And they had to restate earnings badly. And his stock dropped 99% in one day. And, it was like scam, all this type of stuff. And Saylor's like, no, this is definitely not a scam. And he worked with the government. He said, no, I'm not going to fight you. Come on in here. Look around. These guys just fucked up the accounting, whatever. They paid his fine. He moved on. He goes, all right, back at it. And apparently he bought more of his stock and went from there. But Mike, with $66 billion in Bitcoin, and now all these ways for you to earn money with it, they'll be putting that money to use with their Bitcoin treasury concept. I think he's already got one product out based on Bitcoin. It's some kind of debt instrument of some sort. Well, there's another good article in here somewhere. No. Nope. As always, there's the XRP plant story in here. Nope, it's just not going to happen. Blockbuster XRP ETF seen to drive 65% price rally as inflows beat Bitcoin. It's not a race against Bitcoin. It's just people that trade baskets of ETFs are just adding it. All right, before the end of the show here, let's get back to Bitcoin here. See what it's doing. It's trying to recover from its stupid drop here. 30-minute chart. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. Yeah, billion. 70's enough to just sit on it. Mike, you getting any snow up there? Nice here in Chicago today. But we got a winter storm warning coming. I don't like this where Bitcoin's sitting right here. Right on the 200 period moving average. Well, it's bullish if you flip the chart, which means it's bearish. 15-minute chart. Ugh. No, that's all down. I think it's got more down in it. I really wanted it to finish today. I'll have a full report on my monthly activities on December starts. I don't think I'm going to be on the air Tuesday. Not sure next week. Tiny bit of snow, I can still see grass. I wonder if Chuck's got the generator hooked up at his house. Chuck got his Black Friday sale generator. And now I want to go shopping. Let's see how they see the volumes dropping off here this afternoon. I mean, there's hardly anyone working today anyway. I'm surprised any of you were watching. Thanks to everybody that's watching. You know what? I'm going to do one more commercial here. Let's see who we got here. What is the GK Publishing? Oh, no, it's... Sorry, the Christian books are not going to do it for me. Blue Chew. What is Blue Chew? Blue Chew. Do not terms use... do not... Oh, that's too much to read. Oh, sorry, Blue Chew. Oh! Blue Chew is for broken dick syndrome. Oh, that's not the advertiser. Sorry, Blue Chew guys. I know you're probably doing good things. Ooh, the Chicago Steak Company. Oh, I need 25 viewers for that. We had 25 earlier. I should have paid attention to it. All right, I'm going to skip the ad then. I was hoping for a new one because they're quite entertaining, especially my delivery method. Quick review of everything here. Bitcoin, now after being up 2% earlier, now down 1%. Sucks. Ethereum is flat. XRP down. BNB down also. Solana down. Tron up. Weird. I gotta figure out why Tron goes the other way. Let's go look at Figure HELOC, what their market cap is. That's how you see what they're doing. 14 billion. When we started watching them, they were 12 billion. Now they're 14 billion. You don't make money on the price with them. You make money staking with them. So people can get home equity loans. And I should contact them and say, let them know, hey, our viewers have taken to that. Why isn't today's show listed here? Let's edit. Let's check it out here. No, it's not. It's listed on the right playlist. It should be listed on our app here. Do you have to, Mike, do you have to plow yourself or snow blow? Or are you a shoveler? You a manual labor guy or have you automated it? Or is there a neighborhood kid you say, do my driveway too? I used to make so much money shoveling snow. All the neighborhood I lived in growing up, they all had these driveways that are about just 2 car lengths long. And almost all of them were graded down to the road. So you could just push the snow out. It was fantastic. One thing I don't miss though, shoveling snow. Don't miss it at all. Both places I live, taken care of. Yep. Same with me. The only problem is that I sit out here. Here at this building in Chicago, there's a service that comes and they clean the sidewalk and this kind of stuff. It's the landlord's service. But there's a bus stop here. And they clean the sidewalk and they snow blow it somewhere else. Then the street plows snow over and a giant mound forms where people get on the bus. And I sit here and I literally look at, as you know, I've had bus cam on here before. I guess I don't have it on. And then the sidewalk over here crosses people go in the grocery store. They'll load that up with snow. And so I'll watch these old ladies come. There's a retirement place down that way. They come on their walkers and stuff. And you watch in horror and you're like, fuck. And so I've gone out and helped old ladies literally helped them cross the street. Finally I said, I gotta shovel this. So I'm out there shoveling in the stuff on the edge of the street is that wet slop, that salt's mixed in it and all that type of stuff. And it's awful. I don't miss shoveling snow anymore, but I went and bought an actual metal shovel, not a snow shovel, but not a spade, but I don't know the technical term of it, to move the heavy slop so that the old ladies can get through. My good deed in the winter. The government pays someone to do it. There you go. Well, good for you, Mike, for getting someone else to pay the bill for that. Good for you. Oh, yeah, you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Moby House set on. Sorry if that was a little loud there. Got away from me. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a great show today. Thanks very much for this Black Friday slow day on the in life here. I realize it's not a holiday or anything like that in Canada, but in the US, nothing's going on today. The city of Chicago is basically abandoned. Everyone that's young leaves to go visit their parents in the suburbs, so the city's dead. Had a nice Thanksgiving dinner with my brother-in-law and one of our buddies. All of us Purdue graduates. And on Monday, I think I'm going to go to Indianapolis to visit my But most of my fraternity brothers that I went to school with all live down there. And go visit them for a monthly get-together that I haven't been to in 7 years. So the schedule may vary on Monday and Tuesday next week. Crypto Mike says, later, buddy. Thanks a lot, Mike. Thanks for helping out with the app or in the wallet thing. Appreciate it. When you get yourself a single tether together, send it through the app. See what we can see how it works. Or maybe Chuck will beat you to it. Anyway, thanks to everyone for watching the show. As always, my name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here in the digital media world. So glad to have hosted another episode of the show and been with you all week. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you had a great turkey day yesterday. Hope you have a great day off today, doing whatever you want. Hope you have a great weekend, and see you all. Well, sometime I'm going to be doing a premium episode on Rumble, so pay attention for that, you premium users. Got 1 hour left. Maybe I'll do it later this afternoon. I don't know. I don't even know where my show credits are. There they are. All right, everybody. See ya. No sound. Thank you, everybody. See ya!